Greed can be a powerful ally.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. First of all, I would like to thank you all for helping me reach over 250 subscribers. This channel is growing faster than I ever expected, and it's all thanks to you guys that have taken the time to watch my videos and subscribe to my channel. So once again, thank you. Without further ado, let's get on with today's fan fiction. What if Qui Gon Jinn lived Part 2? Today our fan fiction will be quite a long one. We will pick up just after Part 1 where Qui Gon and Master Yoda had defeated and captured Count Dooku.
Take him for questioning, we will, in front of the council.
Master, I agree. Dooku would then be taken back to Coruscant where he would be questioned. Upon learning that Palpatine was the Sith Lord and that he, with Dooku, controlled the clones, the Jedi would stay patient and search for even more evidence of Palpatine being the Sith Lord. From now on, the Jedi would run their own missions. They would no longer have anything to do with the Senate and the political matters of the Republic. As for Anakin, he would of course still marry Padme, but for now their relationship would stay a secret. But not for long, as Anakin felt much more close to Qui-Gon now that there was no Clone War and that the Republic was stabilized for the time being. Anakin would also continue to train with Qui-Gon. He would become very powerful and in tune with the Force. His powers had become even greater than that of his original timeline self in Revenge of the Sith. Because he trusted Qui-Gon, Anakin would then tell him of his marriage with Padme. Qui-Gon would be very supportive and continue to be true to the Force in ways the other Jedi just didn't or wouldn't ever understand. Eventually, 3 years had passed and Anakin has become a very wise and powerful Jedi Knight. Over those 3 years, Anakin contemplated his friendship over the last 13 years with Palpatine. The young Jedi was so conflicted. It had seemed as though Palpatine was a good and wise man who had taken a liking to young Anakin, but now he knew why the Sith Lord had taken a liking to him. Finally, the Council had decided to arrest the Chancellor. They had accumulated enough evidence, especially after retrieving Newt Gunray's personal droid, which he specifically used to contact Palpatine. After retrieving this final piece to the puzzle, Mace Windu, Anakin, Plo Koon, Kit Fisto, and Saesee Tiin would confront the Chancellor, while Yoda would stay back at the temple to protect it just in case Palpatine would commence an attack on them using his old apprentice Darth Maul, who had survived after all of these years. Qui-Gon would then travel to Padme's apartment to protect her, as she may be a target for one of Palpatine's pawns as well. Master Windu, what are you doing here at this hour? Chancellor Palpatine, you are under arrest for treason against the Republic. It's treason, then. Suddenly, Palpatine quickly pulled out his lightsaber, igniting it and then using a Force scream, much as he did in the original timeline. The Sith Lord knew he was outmatched, so he would take out the 3 weakest links first. Only able to see flashes of red, Saesee Tiin would be taken out first. He was a powerful and skilled Jedi Master, but wasn't even close to the sheer might of the Sith Lord, Darth Sidious. Next, Palpatine would target Fisto and Plo Koon. Unfortunately for him, Anakin saw this attack coming and leaped to block the blow Palpatine tried against the Nautolan Jedi Master. Palpatine would now need to change his approach to the fight. He would need to distract Anakin and Mace in order to take out the other 2 Jedi. Back at the temple, Yoda could feel a disturbance in the Force. Somehow Maul had returned from the dead. Knowing he was no match for all of the Jedi in the temple, Maul knew he would need to take out the Grand Master first. With a very sneaky strike, Maul suddenly drew his fixed double-bladed saber. He then flipped over the Grand Master, trying to strike him from behind, but Yoda was too quick. He turned around and used a powerful Force push that knocked Maul up against one of the temple's walls. Maul screams filled with anger and rage. He trudges forward and starts battling the Grand Master. Master Yoda would parry every strike Maul would deal with ease and perfect precision. Eventually, Yoda would disarm Maul, cut his arms off, and call the other Jedi in the temple to assist him in taking their new prisoner to be locked up behind bars. Back at Palpatine's office, the 4 Jedi and the Sith Lord were having an intense battle. Suddenly, Palpatine force-pushed Mace and Anakin into each other, and the 2 were knocked down to the ground. Palpatine would take this opportunity to kill the remaining weakest links. The mighty Sith Lord would leap over Plo Koon while choking Fisto and turn to cut his head clean off of his neck. Next, he would shoot deadly bolts of Force lightning at Fisto. This distracted him, giving Palpatine enough time to jab his crimson red saber through the Nautilan's abdomen. By this time, Anakin and Mace were back on their feet and ready to go toe-to-toe with perhaps the most powerful man in the galaxy. "You're going to pay for that. This is your last chance. Surrender or be destroyed." There was no way that the most powerful Sith Lord ever to exist would surrender to two Jedi, no matter who they were. Palpatine's eyes would turn even more Sith yellow. He then shot Force lightning at Anakin, which was easily blocked due to Qui Gon teaching him about this deadly Sith attack. Back at Padme's apartment, Qui Gon was then contacted by Master Yoda. He proceeded to tell Qui Gon that Maul had returned and that they had him behind bars. Yoda then proceeded to tell him that the Senator was safe and that he should come back to the temple, as Mace and Anakin were confronting the Chancellor. Anakin and Mace were now going hand to hand with Palpatine, blocking every blow he dealt with powerful yet precise attacks. Palpatine was amazed at how powerful Anakin had become over the last several years. He thought to himself that it was a shame his unworthy apprentice Dooku had to spoil his plans. Now he would have to kill them all and rule the galaxy all by himself. Unfortunately for Palpatine, Anakin and Mace were not going to let that happen. Eventually, Mace was getting tired and distracted. He still didn't really believe in Anakin's abilities. He was always worried about Anakin and was never fully focused on himself and Palpatine. This would give Palpatine an advantage over Mace. Suddenly, the Sith Lord then disarmed Mace using a spin and a Force scream combined together. He then proceeded to shoot a very powerful blast of Force lightning at the arrogant Jedi Master. Anakin then used this opportunity to strike the Sith Lord, who was distracted, but suddenly he heard a voice. "Anakin, Anakin, no!" And that is a wrap, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed part 2 of this amazing and very fun fan fiction. I've been struggling with what Anakin and Qui-Gon should do next, so let me know what you want to see happen in part 2 down below in the comments. I will be sure to incorporate the best comments and also what stays somewhat true to the story George Lucas was trying to tell. Again, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and as always,